Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I am here today to bring you something that I've been anxious to bring you for a while now. I actually ordered it right when it came out, but had a little bit of a problem getting the order, and so we had to reprocess the order. So this is a little later than I actually wanted to get this item out on time. Anyway, so you notice I don't have any eye makeup on right now. And you probably already saw the title, so I'm sure you know what it's about. So hang on, we're gonna unbox her and take it out, take a look at it. I'm going to compare it. I'm gonna use this object on one eye, and I'm going to use a regular product on the other, and we'll see if there's a difference. So hang on, we'll be right back. So here we are. Here she is in this little nondescript box. Isn't it amazing how one little box, you know, that's a $150 box. Okay, I did order this from Barney's. And what I'm speaking of here is the Curator. And this is developed and manufactured by Hourglass Cosmetics. As I'm sure many of you know, I absolutely adore Hourglass Cosmetics. Love their products. And when I saw this, I had to try it. I just had to. Especially since right now, the woman of no lashes has been using Latisse. And I've been using Latisse on my right eye, and I've been using a generic equivalent on my left eye. And so today, you'll actually be able to see a little bit of the difference, you know, whether there's a difference between the Latisse and the generic, whether there's a difference between the mascaras, which one is it? Who knows? Because I'm going to use, on my right eye, the Curator, and on the left eye, I'm going to use my normal go-to. The normal mascara I use is, I just have a little sample guide of this right now, but Lancome, I absolutely love this booster of theirs, and I use Definicils, is the normal one I use, but I happen to be out of it right now, so I'm going to be using it with Better Than Sex Mascara Waterproof. And I'll tell you, once I get into this a little bit, I'll talk a little more about that, so we'll skip. This is $150 for the entire kit. You do not have to buy the entire kit. All three items are available separately. You know what? I'm gonna have to order all three anyways. Why not order all three and have them kept in the same place? Because the individual ones, you have to keep, you know, the primer in its own box, you have to keep the mascara in its own box, and you have to keep the Curator in its own box. And I really like this collection. This is actually called the Curator, the Lash Artist, is what this collection is called. And you can see over here, it gives you a nice little book that tells you kind of how to use everything, and then you've got your primer, your mascara, the Curator, and it's all in a nice magnetic box. So this is perfect for, you know, taking with me if I decide I like this unit enough to actually take it with me. This is great. Like I said, if it'll focus, the price for all three items is cha-ching, $150. So it's not cheap, there's no question about that, but you know, new technology never is. Now, if I remember correctly, if you purchase the primer or the mascara independently, they are $36, and I believe the Curator is $78. I'll put all the prices down below in case I'm wrong. The only two places that I'm aware of right now that this particular product is available is Hourglass Cosmetics and Barney's of New York. And like I said, I ordered this from Barney's of New York. So now I will say one thing that I was really bummed about right off the bat with this, and I'm hoping, you know, my biggest concern when a company comes out with a really innovative product like this, especially because of the fact that the price is higher, that limits the amount of hands it's going to get into. And when consumers are not you know, mass buying an item, companies have a tendency not to want to continue to produce the product. And, you know, a couple of things I was concerned about is, one, you know, if I buy this and it doesn't continue to be a production value item, then I'm going to have a Curator, and, you know, sure, I suppose I could dunk it in a regular mascara container, but that kind of defeats the purpose, because the formula of these two products is designed to work specifically on this, which you'll see when I put the wand in it. My other concern was, again, because consumer product value on this, is that if Hourglass doesn't deem this enough of a value to continue producing products for it, then they're not going to expand the line. And I personally myself cannot wear regular mascara. I have to wear waterproof mascara. And as of right now, this is not available in a waterproof formula, at least not that I'm aware of. So please, Hourglass, please make that an option available, because people such as myself, consumers who have gone out on the limb and bought this product and supported your company, would really like to have the full potential to use it. And I personally, yeah, I really would appreciate if this had been available in a waterproof formula, and I really hope it will be. Okay, so let's take out one thing at a time. Let me see here, maybe we can get a little closer. Now, I will say this has a very hefty weight to it. Now, you can see, of course, you probably don't know the length of my damn hand. I will put the measurements of this down below. But this has some good weight to it. I mean, this is not, you know, this is not cheaply made from the construction, when I can feel it. It's very durable. I mean, it's not, you know, when I'm moving it around in there, it's screwed in very, you know, I mean, it's in there, and there's no wobbling to this, you know, there's your optical illusion, because that's about as much as this thing's gonna wobble, literally. It's just by illusion. Anyways, solid gold, shiny, has Hourglass printed right there on it, and that's it. I mean, it's, you know, very clean, kind of looks like a wand, you know. Okay. Now let's open it up. Unscrews like regular mascara, and that's where the difference ends. Now, let's see here. Inside here is nothing. Storage compartment. Now, in my personal opinion, I think this is wasted space. Had I been on Hourglass's design team on this, I would have done everything in my power to find a way to make this a reusable, refillable area where you could put, oh, I don't know, let's say here, Hourglass. Maybe you could sell a sterilization liquid that could go in here, so that when you put your device back in here, screw it on, give it a good shake, take it out, wipe it off, and it's ready for the next client. Unfortunately, they did not do that. And so I think this is a wasted opportunity, is what I see with this bottom portion here. So, you know, maybe they'll get clever and realize there's an opportunity here. Because the thing is that, you know, the one thing that's wonderful about this, at least that I can see right off the bat, is for makeup artists, because of the fact that this is stainless steel, it is easy to clean and it is easy to sterilize. But the problem is that, you know, there's nothing in this device, nowhere where you can sterilize it. So, you know, if there was, my thinking was, if they made this so that you could, you know, say you're in an event, a makeup event, and you're going to be doing several different people, well, you know what, if you could pour some sterilization liquid of some kind in here, even if it's a gel, you know, the consistency, say they've got a squirt bottle and we can squirt it down in there, and it's similar consistency to the mascara, so that it gloms onto these little rivets that are, or these little grooves that are in here when you pull it out. That'd be freaking awesome. You know, even if they end up making it in another one of these containers. Since they missed the opportunity to do it with this, maybe they can come out with one of these, because the problem is I don't want to pack around more than I have to. I don't want to have to pack around towels to wipe this off with, and I don't want to have to pack around sterilization liquid that I then have to put on the towel that I then have to wipe this off with. So I really think they've got a lot more that they can do with this. I know this is the first release. They're just getting going launching this, but I see a lot more potential, and I see wasted space in this. Okay.
So bottom aside, let's take a look at what really matters here. And that is, this is really unique. It's hard to explain. If I remember correctly, this is all laser cut. So it's very, when I looked at this up close actually, well, let me get my granny glasses. Dun da da, granny glasses. Oh, aren't those stylish? Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, reading about this, this is all laser etched. Okay, and directions. It says dip the lash instrument into the Lash Primer Mascara and apply to the base of lashes, coating lashes from root to tip in a horizontal zigzag motion. That's it. Granny glasses on. Okay, I am now on hourglasscosmetics.com. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, one thing they have that I want so bad, I want to try their new stick foundation so much. Because there are not very many liquid foundations that look even somewhat decent on my skin. The only thing I found that ever works on my skin so far are stick foundations and powder. Other than that, I just look 100 times older than I already am. Okay, this says, an innovative way to accentuate your lashes, Curator's lash instrument provides the ultimate precision and control for the most stunning, sophisticated, defined, and lifted lashes. It says here on the Curator lash instrument itself, artistry inspired and expertly engineered with high precision threading and a sleek stainless steel tip. Provides a full 360 range to evenly coat each and every lash from base to tip, even the smallest lashes. Reaches to the very base of the lash line for a tight lining effect. Okay, so, you know, what they're thinking is with this is that because of the fact that there are no actual bristles coming off of this wand, is that you can get way down, you know, down to the very, very base of your lash line, kind of put it right there, maybe give it a little wiggle, let it sit there for a sec, give it a little wiggle, and then pull it out, wiggling it a little bit. And in doing that, you're depositing a good amount of black mascara down at the very base of the lash line, where you can't get, I don't care what kind of mascara wand you have, even, you know, using something very small like MAC's Extended Plague, the Giga Black Lash, whatever, you know, you can only get that so far down before the bristles are going to hit your eyeball. You know, this gives you quite a bit more room to wiggle. So now you've seen what the wand looks like, and now let's move on. Actually, let's take a look at the primer first. So here's the funny thing is, when I first saw these, I thought it unscrewed right here. You know, where the gold is, you would think, I mean, for some reason, gold, I think the reason I was thinking that, and I bet you a lot of people are, is because gold is used as a flashing, as an ending, as a cap. So when you see gold, you think, oh, that's the end. Nope, that's not. It's up here. So you have to unscrew the black thing here. And you can see it's got a little kind of thingy that's threaded plug that goes down in there. Yeah, see that? So literally this has a, let me see if I can get it in focus. This has a hole just big enough for the Curator to pass through. That's it. So this is, you know, you think, well, you know, let's say you're thinking, well, I can buy the Curator and I can just stick this down into a regular mascara, you know.
Honestly, I don't think it's gonna work. I would try it, except for the fact that since this is brand new, I really don't want to screw it up right now. But my feeling is, because of the way that this is designed, I think I'm going to see when, I'm going to show you guys when we actually put this in here and take it out. But I have a feeling that because of the space that this is designed with, that it's fit perfectly to this, that the material's only going to adhere to the actual place where the wand has all these grooves. I don't think it'll, you know, adhere up here to the actual shaft part of it. Whereas I think if you stick this in just a regular mascara, you know, tube, I think the whole thing's gonna come out black. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing, yeah, anyways. Okay, so let's take a look at the mascara. Same way. Oh, by the way, the primer is called Ascent. Should I tell you there? And gold. Frosted glass. I mean, these are really pretty. They're definitely, yeah, they're frosted. Can't tell if it's plastic or glass. No, it's glass. Ugh. You know, yeah. Okay. This one is called a Realist. The actual mascara. And again, same thing, little black guy, twist off, you have a little plunger, and you can't see down in the hole down there very much. There we go, light reflecting. So there you can, there's a good vision right there of what it looks like. So, what say we test this? Okay, we're gonna start real up close and personal here with the primer. So let's, boy, this thing kind of jiggies around. See that? I don't like that because when I unscrew this, this moves too. Look at that, see? So that's not on there, I don't think, the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so we're going to take the Curator. Oh, that feels kind of strange. Oh, okay, so that actually screws on there. So you see, I'm just holding it. I'm holding it by the top of the unit. It actually screws onto the primer and I assume the mascara. And I guess that's why they did the gold on the bottom instead of the top, is because when you screw this on, maybe you want to leave it sitting in the primer while you're at an event so you're ready to go. Who knows? But it's all gold. Now let's pull her out. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let me put the cap back on the primer here so that doesn't cause an issue. And I was correct in saying that it literally is coated. See that? I mean, there's nothing. Let's see. Let's touch the wand part of this. No. Touching this, I don't know what you want to call it, shaft. People use such crude annotations for that word, but that's what it is. There's no product on here at all. And I don't know if you can see, but this is actually a little bit wider than up here. But anyways, but you can see it's almost like they've used a product that's magnetized or something, because I don't see how it is. I'm gonna have to look at this a little closer. I don't see how it is that the product adheres to just the threading, but not the shaft, which is put in here the same width. Now you will notice that a small amount here of, let me get it back, come on baby. A small amount of product did not adhere right here. See that? To right about there. So, but other than that, it's got pretty much the whole thing. So what that tells me is the product in the bottle is probably only that high, and that's why it didn't get the whole thing. Okay, so let's let the camera come and focus. Boy, this is really strange. Okay, let's try this base of the eye. Well, you definitely can get all the way down there. Of course, I forgot to curl my lashes. Good Lord. It's really unusual. It's ice cold. And you can feel that when you get right into the base of your lash line. I can see the product it's putting on. And strangely enough, I can hear my lashes interacting with this wand. I know, excuse my lovely mirror, but I can hear my lashes as they're going over. Now see the product that it's taken off there? You can still see where, you can still see it pretty much at the base. And around here back, I need to turn the wand and get the back side of it. But other than that, you can see where it's removed the product. It was solid white before and it's not now. So let's, yeah, I can hear, I literally can hear as my lashes coast on this. Wow. Do you guys see that? Okay. There is one coating. You can see the difference. Wow. I can really see the difference, can you? That's now let's take a look at the wand after primer. And you can, somebody always has to call me. Sorry about that. Always. When I'm recording, my phone always rings. Wow. Yeah, I can really see a difference in the primed lash versus the not primed lash. And again, I'm going to use standard primer and standard mascara on the side too, so we can tell the difference. Okay, now I have my towel, and you're supposed to wipe this off by, it's kind of strange, but basically this looks pretty tacky, but I just have like a dish towel. Hello. Okay, so you're supposed to kind of put this in here and twist it. Okay. I will tell you one thing. I would not want to use a fluffy towel to do this, because I don't know if you can see, but the entire length of this is coated in fuzzies. Let's see if it's off. I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not, but the entire length is coated with fuzzies. So I would highly recommend using a towel that is not prone to leave fuzz behind, because I'll tell you one thing, the last thing in the world you want to do is have this, see there's fuzz all over it. You don't want to have this and stick this into your, you know, mascara or primer covered in fuzz and contaminate the whole damn thing. That would just be a nightmare. So I would recommend using like a soft cotton, like flat cotton, pressed cotton, not cotton weave or, you know. Okay, anyways, on to the next. Let's go ahead and try the mascara. Now the primer you could see, but the mascara I think you're really going to be able to see when we stick this baby in here. And in we go. And I'm going to screw it all the way down just to, again, screws on. And I'm going to unscrew it. And let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay. Now let me put the lid back on this baby so we don't have anything drying out. Holy cow, look at that. Now there you can see some product did in fact get on the shaft. See that? But not very much. I mean, literally it's a very, very fine amount. Whereas you can see each one, this whole thing is coated. I mean, there's no gold showing through, or very, very little gold showing through the actual wand itself. Okay, here we go, folks. Let's go down to the base. Wow. Wowzy zowzy. That, please don't blink, kid. Don't blink. Let's try. Oh, great. Come on now. Well, it goes, I mean, it comes off of the wand very easily onto the lashes. There's no question about that. There you go. What do you think? I think I'm going to end up, I think my lashes literally are so long and extended from this that if I'm not careful, they're going to paint the upper eyelid. So, there's before, there's after. Before, after. And you can see still on the wand, there's, you know, you can see where some of the product's pulled off there, the reflection of the gold, but there's still a damn good amount of product on here. I don't know if it's technically usable product or if after, you know, using it over and over, if it's actually adhered to the wand now. So let's wipe this off. Now see, this in my opinion is where it would come in really handy, having a cleaning solution in the base, or at least having, at the very minimum, having a cleaning solution to dip it into that's in a similar container as the primer and mascara, because it's impossible to get everything out of this. Okay, now you can see here, show you how much mascara was still on the wand. This is the first time, because see, that's the first, that's one side of it, that's the other. Here's the second time, one side, the other side, and then down here is the third time I did it. And then here's the fourth time. So it's still, and even after all that, let's try and clamp. Even after all that, the wand still has black in it. Do you see that? See the black in there? I think the only way, outside of having an appropriate cleaning solution that will break this product down, I see the only way of getting that clean in terms of not having product in it anymore at all is taking some kind of like a tiny, tiny toothbrush type thing to it. Something that has very small bristles that you can scrub over it. Okay. But at least, you know, even with the product on there, you can still sterilize this and move from client to client to client with it, which is great. Okay, so, but I still say, boy, wouldn't it be nice if there was cleaning solution in there and I could just go like that and be done with it. What a shame. Okay, now we're gonna try the other eye, and I'm gonna use my go-to, which is unfortunately not wanting to. Okay, so this is my Lancome Booster CL, what is this? Sills Booster XL. This is what I usually use, along with Lancome Definicils, which I'm out of right now. So let's just see how this does comparatively. And since I did not curl my lashes on the right side, I am not going to curl them on the... I'll tell you one thing. I did not curl my lashes, and look at those. Those babies are curled, and I did not curl them. So that's pretty impressive. Let's see what this side does. And since there's no way to compare how much product, oops, sorry. There's no way to compare how much product was on the wand initially, but since I did not go back for a second coat, I am not going to go back for a second coat of this either. Okay, so, focus camera. So let's take out, now since I'm out of my Definicils, I'm going to use Better Than Sex Waterproof. So let's see. Oops. Wow. Big difference. Can you guys see that difference? I mean, big difference. My lashes here are curled up to the gods, literally, like they're going, hello! These ones, they're just kind of hanging out. Wow. Now, I'm just, for the sake of it, I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to put one more coat on. And let's see if that has any effect. I'll tell you one thing, it is way easier to get down at the base of my lashes with the Hourglass Curator. Wow, look at that. Now you can see, they're long, it's lengthening. Come on, focus. It's lengthening without a doubt. But look at that. I mean, that's not only lengthening, it's curling and volumizing too. Why won't this eye focus? Come on. Okay, let's see if I can look really creepy and lift my eyelids on both sides. There. Sorry. Oh, it's almost Halloween, so this is a perfect video. Oh. Okay, anyways, enough screwing around. I know this isn't good for my eyelids. Look at the poor saggy skin. But you can see the difference. I can see the difference. Huge difference. Okay. So, my personal opinion, the question is it worth it? I mean, it's, it's by no means cheap. And the problem is, let me move back here. The problem is not knowing how long these would last. Now, I can tell you this much. Looking at the amount of product that went on the wand and what it did. Now, this is only, all I did was one dip in the primer, and on she went, and one dip in the mascara, and on she went, and you saw the results I got from that. So you can imagine if you wanted to build up even thicker or longer, bulkier, what have you, lashes, you could certainly go in for another round of primer or mascara. So it's obviously, you know, use is going to depend, how long this lasts is going to depend on how often you use it. But looking at how much product is in these containers versus how much goes on the wand with each use, I would make a fair guess to say these are probably going to they're probably going to dry out before you use them, would be my guess. And I would certainly be real careful. I would recommend that you always keep these closed. Even if you're using this, you're working as a makeup artist and working with multiple different clients, I would literally, you know, once the wand is out of this container, I would always have that stopper in there, because they actually, you know, these don't just have a lid on them. They actually have a stopper that goes down inside of the hole that the Curator goes through. So I assume that's meant to keep air out of here. And anytime a company designs something to keep air out of a product specifically for that purpose, that means that it's going to do some serious damage if it gets to it, or it's going to degrade the product. My biggest concern with this product is whether or not Hourglass will continue to make it. That's my biggest concern, because quite frankly, if my one-time purchase, you know, if you buy this at $78 and then, well, $150 for the whole thing, get the primer, the mascara, the Curator, then you've got these for however much time you, one, use the product, and two, take care of air not getting into the product. So if you keep them sealed in between uses, you know, yada, 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 that's going to determine how long these last for you. But my biggest concern is, one, I'd like to have a waterproof formula to be able to use with this, because even though this clearly made a beautiful lash, all it's going to take is my eyes start watering, and I'm going to look like, you know, Hashimoto. I mean, I'm going to be hunched over and bawling with black strings going down. So that's one thing, is that, you know, I'd really like to have a waterproof formula. And the other is that, you know, God's honest truth, that's my biggest concern, is whether or not Hourglass will continue manufacturing this product. Because, you know, you hate to recommend a product to people and say, oh yeah, go get this, and then a year from now, let's say Hourglass decides they're not selling enough, they're not making enough profit on the product, especially for what I'm sure this probably cost to manufacture. I mean, this is, you know, this is not, you know, everything here requires molding. But, you know, each one of these things cost a lot of money to form the molds, and of course the molds are already done. They've already done the expense of that. And the Curator cost a lot of money, I'm sure, to laser cut, but those are already done. So the investment is there, but the question is, will they continue to make the investment? Because they have to continue to make these containers and develop product to go in these. And, you know, if Hourglass is going to continue to do this, I'd say it's 100% worth it. The benefits are definitely, one, you can sterilize this, and I don't care if this is, you know, if you're a makeup artist and you're intending to use this for multiple different clients, or you're somebody that, who's somebody comes to mind? Bunny Meyer, Graveyard Girl. Girl, this is the product for you. Literally, she's somebody that comes to mind when I think of how awesome a product is for somebody who's not a makeup artist, but just an at-home person who loves makeup. Because, you know, there are people out there who are very concerned with the sterility of these things and bacteria growing in them. I know for a fact, just because my daughter and I have watched her for going on 7-8 years now, that Bunny, Graveyard Girl, happens to be very concerned. She only uses, for the most part, the small travel size mascaras because she throws them away so often. This product would be great for her, because here, these always maintain, as long as you're maintaining the cleanliness of the wand itself, of the Curator itself, these aren't going to get bacteria into them. So as long as you're wiping this off, I mean, even if you took a you know, a flat cotton, pressed cotton pad and put some alcohol on it and went over the end of this wand before it went back into either of these two, it's sterile. So I mean, you're not, you know, I just make sure you let it dry before you go sticking it back in the product, obviously. But this is perfect for somebody who's really worried about mascara growing bacteria. So, you know, it's great for somebody who is concerned with that and somebody who has a lot of problems with their eyes because of that. I personally don't. I've never had problems with, I mean, God's honest truth, when I was younger, I used to use mascaras until there was nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing left of them. And then if it was a mascara I really, really liked and really liked the wand, I'd take the wand out of the old junky one and put it into another good mascara that was new. So, yeah, back in the days. Anyways, so, and you can see, I mean, I showed you right here using this product, the effect it has on my lashes. So anyways, I think this, the difference that this made in my eyes is amazing. And let's just go in one more time. So there you can see it yourself. I mean, it's, you know, I've got the Definitive, I've got Lancome's booster on this eye's primer and Better Than Sex mascara, 2 coats on this eye. This eye, I have 1 coat each using the Curator. And look at the difference. I mean, that, to me, that's pretty drastic of a difference. And I did not curl my lashes. I had my lash curler sitting right here and totally forgot. I got caught up in the moment and forgot to use it. And still, these ones, I mean, look at how curled those are. They're literally touching my upper eyelid. Now, just real quick, I want to bring you guys in even closer. I want you to have a peek at what we're talking about here, my lashes. Couldn't have picked a better time to do a lash test because I want you to see the difference right here. This is a little over a month and a half of using Latisse. And look at that. Now, even the lash over here that's not going zoom, look at the lashes. Look at that. Now, this is the result of using Latisse on this eye and the generic on this eye for about the last month and a half. And I will be doing a full review at the 3-month mark because the 3-month mark is what Latisse recommends for seeing the full benefits of this product. But I just wanted to give you a peek and you can see what a difference it's made already because I literally had no lashes. I mean, my lashes were so pitiful, it was beyond insulting to even put mascara on them. I felt bad for the mascara when I bought the mascara, that I was wasting putting it on my little stubby lashes. No more. But you can see a difference also, you're not only seeing a difference here in the mascara, the effect it has on the lashes, but I think you're also seeing a difference in the Latisse brand versus the generic. And again, I'll get into that more in the full review at the 3-month period because I want to give them both their, their full testing period. But I think you can see that on the Latisse side, the lashes are longer, thicker, fuller, than they are on the generic one. But this one's still working great. I mean, if I can pay $15 as compared to $179. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, but again, I will discuss that in detail coming up soon in that review once I have it. So, but as for the Hourglass Curator, I think it's awesome. I really do. I mean, I'm looking, there's no, you can sit and say, oh yeah, something's great, blah, blah, blah. But I literally just showed you live action the difference it made in my lashes. And there's no denying that. Look at that. This is the Curator eye. And this is Better Than Sex mascara. You tell me. So, and this, again, is not curling my lashes. The formula, I don't know if it's using the device or the formula or the combination of both, but it clearly curled my lashes on its own. Here, my lashes did not curl on their own. Look at the difference. So, yeah, it's $150, but I'll tell you one thing. I think, one, I love using the wand. It's a little awkward to use at first when you're getting used to the weight. It's got a nice weight balance to it though, so it's not like it feels like it's going to fall out of your hand at any moment. But it is awkward to get used to because you're not used to putting something that close to your eye unless you're, you know, maybe tight lining all the time or something. But not only was I able to get right in there, I mean, I was able to get right, you know, literally right all the way to the base of the lashes to where the tight line. But on top of it, I actually went a little overboard and touched the skin area up there where you do tight line using a crayon. And the minute I did that, I was like, oh my God, no. Because I thought for sure I was going to have watering eyes. Which is what happens anytime I get mascara in my eye. They start watering, they get red, they get just nasty looking. Didn't happen. That shocked the shit out of me, to be honest with you, because I was prepared for this eye to start just pouring fluid out of it, and it didn't. And, you know, you can see it didn't because, you know. Now, a lot of you may ask, why didn't you do your lower lashes? The reason why is because this isn't a waterproof formula. And while I do have the waterproof formula I can use for the Better Than Sex on the lower, I don't on the lower here. So for me to put this on my lower lashes, I literally would just end up a mess. And it's just not worth doing it. So, you know, Hourglass, I love this. And I honestly would recommend this to anybody who works not only in the professional makeup field. I think this is a money saver. I think this is a great product for somebody in the makeup industry. You've got a product here that you can keep sterile, for one, in between clients. Two, you're limiting your size of what you pack around, whether you pack it around in this or you take, you know, the 3 items out of here and put them in your makeup cart. Look how small those are. I mean, those are dinky. So, you know, you've got a lot of product you can pack into a little amount of space. The other thing I like about this is, you know, you're not having to use disposable wands with your clients anymore. You're not only having to do the expensive disposable wands, but we're not filling up garbage with disposable wands, which, as many of you know, are plastic and I mean, they're plastic. So, you know, it's something that we're not filling up our environment with more garbage. You know, to this, all you have to do between clients is clean the wand, sterilize it. It's just that simple, and it's easy to sterilize. You know, alcohol, I'm sure, is in every makeup artist kit. So alcohol and a pressed cotton swab and boom, or cotton pad, and boom, you've got your sterilization done and you can go on to the next client. So, and again, as for individuals who aren't makeup artists, I still would recommend this because I think the key is Hourglass. If Hourglass is willing to not only keep the line going, but expand it to like waterproof formula or maybe even brown mascara, that would be awesome. But waterproof would be my top recommendation for this. But if, you know, a lot of this is going to depend on Hourglass, because if Hourglass is going to stick with this line and stay behind it and not dump it a year from now, then I'm game. I'll spread the word high and far saying, hey, this is an incredible item. I would recommend this to anybody who has concerns over bacteria in their mascara, like Graveyard Girl. She talks about it all the time, how it freaks her out having, you know, bacteria growing in her mascara. So people that have concerns like that, people that are contact lens wearers, this is not only safe for contact lens wearers, but again, bacteria is also a concern there too, and you're getting rid of it by dealing, as long as you're keeping your Curator clean. And again, that's all on you. You know, when you're buying a regular mascara wand in the store, and you know, you're using it and plunging it in and out, you're getting air in there, you're getting moisture in there from your eye, you're getting bacteria in there you pick up on your eye, and it sits in there and literally grows and festers in the container. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You have no control over the amount of bacteria that grows in that mascara wand. None at all. You know, this right now, this could be harboring God knows how many different bacteria in here, and there's nothing I can do about it except for throw it out. And I'm guessing at that. You know, what's, you know, how long have I had it? How long have I been using it? Is it time to throw it out? You know, it's all a guess. With this, the control's in your hands, and I like that. I like the fact that you're gonna be the one in control, because it's all up to you. As long as you keep your Curator sterilized, then you're not gonna have bacteria growing in anything. It's that simple. So anyways, that is my review on Hourglass the Curator. I like it, and I sure think it performed well. You know, outside of all the other benefits, the way it performs speaks volumes to me. And, you know, the only thing, I love the case that this comes in. Again, this is available. I don't know if this particular case is available at Hourglass. I will look and see, but I do know it's at Barney's where I got it. And it's $150 for the entire case. So, you know, I think it's great. I think it's a really clever innovation. The only thing, my only concerns about this are, I wish that Hourglass had, their designers had made it so that the Curator container itself, the base of it, could be used to hold a sterilization liquid or gel. And I'm concerned as to whether or not they'll stick with the product. If they'll stick with the product and keep product development going, like putting out a waterproof formula and such, I will literally continue to use this, because once you've got the Curator, all you need to do is buy the product, buy the, you know, containers when you run out. And I have a feeling it's going to be a long time before I'm out of this. The other thing I want to mention real quick in closing, I just noticed it. When I feel my lashes, there's a huge difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when I touch these, they feel dry, okay? My lashes actually feel dry. Here, they feel heavy and wet. I mean, there's even some mascara coming off on my finger. They literally feel heavy and wet. And you can see mascara, well, I don't know if you'll be able to or not, but you can see the mascara on my finger there? That's not happening. Let me take a clean finger, my ring finger here. Yeah, see, there's nothing. Nothing came off on my ring finger. Come on, focus. See that? So that explains to me right there as to why these lashes are pointed to the heavens and these ones are going straight out, because this is a heavy, wet formula. This isn't. That's a huge difference right there. I mean, look at, even now after I've been playing with them and mucking with them, they're still pointed straight up. And I did not curl these. Let me remind you of that. Imagine if I'd curled them. Oh my God. And these ones here, they're just kind of there. So, you know, I think not only is the device awesome, I think the way it performs and the way the product performs is incredible. So that's my review. I give this one, the Curator, a thumbs up. So anyways, make sure and like this video if you like reviews like this and you want to see more interesting products, because boy, do I have fun reviewing this kind of, I love seeing companies come out with innovative products, and I'm all for, oh man, I just love them. I really love seeing. Now I will tell you one thing that caught me that I thought was kind of funny. I want to tell you in closing. Many of you might have seen this product, speaking of Too Faced, since I have them on my eye right now. And I wanted to show you, this is called their Mascara Melt Off. Look at the wand. Look at the wand. Oh boy. Isn't that interesting? Too Faced Mascara Melt Off has almost an identical designed wand. The only difference is this is done with plastic. And this was certainly done before the Curator. So I thought that was really interesting when because I started going through my products when I got the Curator. I'm like, do I have anything like this at all? And I thought, well, what the hell? Let me look at this one, because I remember this being similar. And when I pulled it out, sure as shit. So let me show you, just so you can see them side to side. Now, I'm not saying take your, you know, Too Faced wand here and stick it in the in the Curator containers. I just wanted to point out the similarity. I mean, look at, let me see if I can get them lined up. It is literally almost as if Hourglass took the exact design that Too Faced had been working off of with their mascara melt off, and they took it a step further, because literally these two are almost identical. Look at that. Isn't that something? The only difference is this one's plastic, this one's stainless steel. But when you look at the grooving, you look at how far apart the grooves are. You look at the little knob on the end, you look at how far down the grooving goes. They're very similar. So I thought that was really interesting that I found that when I was looking through the products I had that were mascara alike. So, and again, this is on the this is Too Faced Mascara Melt Off, and I actually use this to get rid of this, because their Better Than Sex waterproof mascara hangs on for frickin' life. And when I use this, here I just had a sample of it, but when I use this, it just strips it off in seconds. But anyways, I thought that was real interesting. So I don't know if Too Faced missed the ball on this one, or if it's purely coincidental that the two companies ended up with a product that was very similar and one company took it a hell of a lot further than the other. I don't know. Only they'll know. And they're lawyers. So anyways, thanks so much. Have a great day. Subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you with the next one. Love y'all. Bye. Whoop.